As y'all had probably seen that last video I did where I was carving the wings of the angels, I got a little nick on my finger here, and so that is one thing where, just let y'all know, that's the reason why you see the bandage if you didn't see the previous video. And this is something where I've decided to come on here today and apply the second coat of finish to the Holy Families. As you'll see today, I have been working on these little African mahogany Santas. I just took them out of the oil today over here where they had been soaking a few days. Had to kind of, you know, wrap a rat towel around them, towel them off, kind of get them a little nice. And as it comes down to today is that is the reason why this space over here has been cleared. And the reason why, as of today, I have these Holy Family figures on the other side over here, where I'm going to take them and do a little demonstration. I have already decided to open the finish because the last time around I was struggling to open the jar as I was starting the video. So I'm going to dip the towel in here, and with my gloves on again, which is how you should do this, I'm going to do another demonstration of how it is done. And I am applying this second coat here just to kind of give it a little bit more to add to its shine. And this is something where I'm thinking for this, since this is a shorter little piece of paper towel, might do the wiping off part a little later, but I'm going to put her over here, and we're going to take this Joseph figure, apply the second coat to that as well. You'll probably eventually get to see how these can come out once the finish is applied, once all the work gets done, and how it's going to come out in the end and make a little special day out of us, special ways out of people. And oh, I say I'm just going to shine a little more on her too, try to get these as bright as I can get them, because this is the kind of finish that gives it that special rustic look that kind of makes it worth what it's going to cost, and try to get all the work done into the figures just to make them be a little more wow worthy. And I'm going to take the other Mary as well. I'm going to add this to her, and even in all the distance you see between the camera and the table, there's how all you see all this work coming along. And I'm going to get her a little drier, and I'd say there's probably going to be another paper towel over here I could get as well to get out, try to get the rest of that taken care of. And I mean, you know, sometimes we might have to use more than one towel to do this kind of work. And we're going to put the dry one here. I'm going to pick the wet one back up, try to take care of the little Joseph figure here, get the second coat on him. And sometime or another, when you're out at one of my shows or out somewhere where you see these, you'll kind of be able to see just how they end up looking once they get done. And there's probably going to be a few I'll be carving from some different woods. There had been one from walnut and one from mahogany I had gotten started on carving, but then it just so happened that there was a certain knife I needed to do that with, and it went missing. And eventually I found it again, but by the time I found it, I was probably about ready to move on to a different project. So that was how we did with that. I'd like to show you all here that there's just a little extra work to be coming along on these as well. As you see, I've gotten the little mangers here about ready to kind of put a little towel work in between the legs, kind of like I did the very last time around, and try to put it down underneath the manger as well. This little crib of Jesus's, it was almost like a little trough that he slept in. And I'll tell you all about that, how I used to go to a church and hear a preacher say different things, and once heard a preacher talk about how a lot of us would have been afraid to bow down to Jesus if he had been born in a palace, and saying that's why he had to be born in a manger with cow poo and donkey poo on the floor. So, I mean, the Bible doesn't say that specifically, but we know there's a lot of things that can be said just to try to get much of the attention of many people. That stable could have been like anything to those people. It could have been harsh conditions for them when they were under that way. So many people have said different things about Jesus over the years. People made Jesus Christ Superstar, the Da Vinci Code, and the Last Temptations just to kind of make anything about him that would just suit them or that they want to be true. But nonetheless, he is the Savior. He's the Son of God, and he died to take away the sins of the world. So I'm going to say this little manger right here, we're getting the final finish on it. So I'd say that we're finally working on this, try to get it all in. And there's going to be a few more figures like these we're going to work on as well. You'll notice when I do another video, I've already gotten to where I've glued the wings on the backs of the angels, but I'm going to do a video where I'm going to demonstrate how I drill the holes in the back and stick the dowels through to make the angels stick, to make the wings stick to the bodies of the angels. So you can kind of stick around for that, see how that goes, see what that does. So I'd say we're working a little bit, trying to make things come out better, and finally we're going to towel off this one with the dry towel too, and try to get all the shine out of him the best we can. And I'll tell you, this is going to be a good finish for the Nativity. And I'm going to close this one up and have a little bit more to show as we move on to the next chapters. So take care, and hope to see you again in the next video. Goodbye.